In this video, we're going to talk about setting up a seat for dragon boating. The seat is similar to all of our other seats. So the kayaking seat, the canoeing seat, those seats all still use the same components. They still have lateral and pelvic support, upper back, so we won't go into that detail on this. We're going to talk about how this seat mounts into a dragon boat. What's different about a dragon boat, in a canoe you usually have a 10-inch deep seat that's ash, it's 3/4 of an inch thick, it's got webbing, it's very rigid, very stiff. In a dragon boat, this is the typical seat size. It's very shallow. The dragon boat paddler doesn't spend a lot of time sitting, in a comfortable position. So when we add this seat to it, we have to be aware of how shallow that seat is, how thin it generally is, and how strong the attachment is to the hull of the boat. So we do some things in this seat that we wouldn't do in other boats because we have to protect the boat. We're also usually using someone else's boat. And if you ever want to have them have you back, don't break their boat. So this has a lot of features to it that prevent that. So this bottom section is a typical seat. It's exactly what we've been using in kayaking. It just fits onto a different base for this seat in the boat. It's got sliding clamps that are controlled by a strap. We place this over the seat with the back clamps first, set it down level, and pull this strap tight as you can. Now, because those seats are so shallow, we added wing nuts underneath that help clamp this down and keep any motion from happening, because the paddlers are really going to get into it, so you don't want the seat moving around and damaging the boat. Once those are snug, we have two added features that are pogos, basically. This snaps down off of its holder and goes down into the bottom of the boat. There's a height adjustment here because the bottom of the dragon boat tends to have kind of a V shape, and the tip of this should be in that V shape. If it's not, this can also be moved along the back by the laterals. The front pogo has an open slot in it. That slot goes up onto the front edge of the seat here, and that gives it contact to the bottom of the boat, keeps it from having any rocking motion when you're coming forward in the paddle stroke. Nobody wants to sit on this. The pan is there for that. This pan also has an adjust for what you would call the dump, so we're able to change the angle of the paddler's legs. I'll show you how that works in a second. This is held on with Velcro and one strap. As it drops on, the Velcro grabs hold. The strap comes underneath. And our good old trusty sweet cheeks that we use for skin protection can be put right on here. That is the cushion hissing, not me. Once that's in place, we can adjust the seat. I'm going to take this out of here so you can see more clearly how that adjustment is being made. So the goal of this is to be able to leave the center of gravity of the paddler as low as we can have it, but bring their legs up to where they're able to control their upper body somewhat, even if they have no function in their legs. These straps, again, have the thumb loop in case there's not the ability to grasp. And these cleats are similar to what goes on in the kayak. So as we raise these, that plate is coming up under my thigh and starting to lift. When I pull them back towards myself, the weight of my legs locks it in place. So to adjust, we push forward and release, and it'll go down, pull back and come back, and we're up. That allows the paddler to have a lot of power. The other thing that's slightly different about the base of this seat is that we added one more adjustment in the back. So this pin adjusts the tilt of the seat, and typically we go from vertical back because we want the paddler's center of gravity back in a smaller boat. In this boat, where we're talking a little more aggressive athletes, we actually added a forward position that allows the paddler to get full forward into it, and they're usually leaning into their thighs at that point. So this is full-on race mode. You see somebody with the seat set up like this, you got a paddler. In previous sections, we talked about this seat being useful in kayaks and other boats. For the dragon boat seat, those parts still attach the same way. If the paddler needs more support, we can add the upper seat to give upper back support. We can add lateral cushions and pelvic. In dragon boating, it's not unusual to only want that support on the side that the paddler is going to paddle on, because they want to lean into that and have some support there. That gives them the ability to have full confidence to get the paddle in the water with support. The other sides can be added also. It's up to the paddler's needs and wants, and we can do the same thing we did with transfers in the kayak, or we can flip these out of the way to get the paddler in and out of the boat, bring them down in, and have that support available when the paddler needs it. So that's the basic setup, all of the safety features, and when you're done paddling for the day, the strap gets unclipped, the Velcro gets pulled off, wing nuts loose, and the boat's back to them.